I'm never going to get the timing on that damn intro music right, I swear. That ending tale is just too long. But anyways, welcome ladies and gentlemen to Final Fantasy Chronicles of Eno. I am your host as always, and Game Master, Skajarmas, otherwise known as Toneshift. As the intro displayed quite clearly, we have our full roster of players for the day. Lumina, you need to get into the game room, dang it.
I am trying.
Okay, well.
I forgot that this is a brand new computer, and I haven't logged on to Roll20 with it before.
All right.
So I have to go get my password.
All right.
And everything. Okay.
It's okay. My Wi-Fi box decided to have a little glitch fix.
Yeah, we noticed. Yeah, Lumina has a new computer, ladies and gentlemen, so let's introduce her first, since she's the first one who spoke. We have Lumina Starlight playing Rocket, the cyborg chocobo.
Yeah.
We're all tired. I slept like shit. We have Hades Shadow 92 playing as Thanatos, the human Dark Knight.
Also known as the group's punching bag.
You kind of earned that, though. We have Alistair, played by Darkness.
Wow.
Happy.
Why did you give a greeting there, Hades? You're not the paladin. Why? What is wrong with you?
I am the Dark Knight. I have darkness in my soul.
You know what? That
Good
is a valid
for
point. Your soulmates is what you are.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah. Gracious to be here as always.
And lastly, we have Tom117Z playing our female Elvon Ranger, Neophil.
Wow.
Welcome, fellow Brit.
Pizza, yes. So, to recap where we last left off in this ongoing adventure of ours, the party of characters that we have here wrapped up their affairs in Dali after taking Jinri Nabat prisoner and having a brief encounter with Fane Pharaoh, the Elvon engineer who was part of the DV Corp Vinaldi joint operation in the northern half of Lapinia, who seems to be less than enthused about working for the Vinaldi family, this massive crime organization based out of Kurzatan that ties into the backstory of our resident Dark Knight, Thanatos. There was some discussion, some back and forth, and a plan was hatched, where at the suggestion of Fane Pharaoh, the party returned to the Academy City in the hopes of catching Sid Gaston before he left back for Linsalem. And as luck would have it, he was about to depart on his airship, the Stargazer. They were able to explain the situation to him, get Nabat transferred onto the airship, and join him on it in his trip back to the city of Magic Technologies. They boarded the Stargazer and spent the first several days of the trip just sailing through the skies over normal terrain. But as they were going in the latter stretch of the trip, as they were approaching the border, they came over the region known as the Amber Coast, a large swath of land hugging a section of the northeastern coast of the first Inoan continent, smattered with spires and formations and growths of demi-amber crystals, this dark and malevolent substance that is allegedly connected in significant ways to the god of darkness and chaos, Diabolos. And, where we last left off, the pilot, Sid, had warned the party that there was a possibility of demonic attack while aboard the airship, as there are flying varieties of demons born of the amber. And with that warning in mind, that is where we are going to pick up. So.
Good thing about flying giant demonic eyeballs, they're very easy to blind.
Well, either way. So, we'll go ahead and say that it is currently the evening. The sun is setting on the distant horizon. Not that you can see it, as there is cloud cover today. So, party.
Yay.
What are you doing?
Well, first we have to wait for our resident bird.
Right, we do need to wait for that.
I was going to say I'm keeping an eye out for any
Alright.
trouble. So
Alright.
probably wolf awareness.
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
10.
10? Well, as of right now, you're not seeing anything odd or unusual or worrying. It's clear skies ahead,
Good.
mostly. So,
That's how I like it.
you seem to be in the clear.
Me, for a change, is taking it easy and just trying to gain as much enjoyment out of flying as you can.
Fair enough.
Thanatos is currently trying not to heave over the side.
All right. And
Whenever you need the healing, just call.
and Lumina, you have any idea what Rocket is up to?
Rocket is just watching.
Okay, so Rocket is just doing her thing, watching proceedings as she's wont to do. Oh. All right. Any specific interactions you want to have? No?
Like, that
I
doesn't
think
new.
All right. All right, well, if that be the case, go ahead and carry on, shall we?
Mm-hmm.
Carry on.
Also, Tom, why are you suddenly muted? I just realized.
I'm on and off doing that because I'm eating pizza.
That is a good point.
We don't want to hear chomping.
All
It'll
right.
make me hungry again.
All right, so the airship continues through the air, and eventually the light of day begins to fade. Sid, back by the steering wheel, calls out over the top deck, "All right, night's falling. We need a watch rotation."
Got it.
I'll take first. We do have a specific order for this, usually.
Yep, you'll be
Yep.
Yep, some of my
I
boys
agree
will
with
be
that.
joining you up top as well. Just more pairs of eyes.
More the
Any
merrier.
Eye spots I can look out from? I always like to get as tall as possible.
Well, there's these sort of gestures. There's let me give you a quick visual of what the airship actually looks like. The layout of the top deck here.
Would help.
Ah,
Yes, I know I made this in Spore and just
yes.
did some doctoring over it. Give me a break.
In Spore.
Yes, in
So
Spore.
that's why you want Spore.
I mean, I've owned Spore for, like, since it came out, so... It's an old fucking game, but hey, it's useful for shit
Same
like
here.
this.
I still got my copy on the disc.
It's
got
mine's somewhere. But anyways, so this back here, obviously, that's the steering wheel. These are the stairs that lead up to it. And that is the door down to the lower decks, and the rest of this is mostly just open deck space with various riggings and straps that, and this pole here in the center has some kind of like crow's nest style circular balconies extending from it before it connects and presumably helps provide support, attachment, and feeds something into the very large balloon at the very top of the airship that keeps it aloft, along with the smaller balloons down here on the sides. And I couldn't make them small enough to work well on this, but there are some propeller blades at the front and back as well on the airship. So the air is filled with the noise of the propellers going and the slow of the wings flapping on the sides.
All right, I suppose Neil find the highest point in the crow's nest and do that.
All right, go ahead and give me an awareness check.
Deal +4, isn't it? Let me just double check that because I think I upgraded new. 11.
All right. You look out and it's just clouds and clouds and clouds. It's dark out, but you're currently above the clouds, so you have star and moonlight at this point. Like, you gained some altitude, and it seems like the clouds got a bit more dense and lost some altitude from the weight. I'm not sure if that's how the physics actually work, but fuck it, my world, my rules.
Well, Rocket did say she wanted to meet Cloud under bad circumstances.
That's a throwback. But but yeah, it's just clouds and clouds and clouds for as far as the eye can see, along with starlight overhead and a crescent moon providing gentle, pale illumination. Nothing worrying or alarming catches your attention, though. It's a peaceful night, all things considered. There are a couple other individuals, members of Sid's crew, sort of patrolling down below on the main floor of the deck. They appear to be engineers as well, given that they are both holding what appear to be rudimentary, kind of like basic flintlock rifles with bayonets at the end and all that. Sort of steam
I don't know whether
gun type things.
to be reassured or worried that you're not rolling your encounter.
Well, I mean, if you want me to.
Don't.
Oh!
It just
Nothing happens.
assumed that meant that you had something, a direct course of events already planned out.
Don't encourage him, Tom.
Tom,
It
the
is
encourager
indeed
of Jake.
No,
I mean-
please, give me ideas.
To be fair, we often fueled each other. We are the utter bastards.
That we are.
And
All
that is why
right,
I
so
hate you
your
both.
watch is
Yeah.
uneventful. Second watch.
Yeah, I kind of forgot our rotation. What is it now?
You know, I am in the exact same boat. Also, Thanatos, I'm marking with a green to indicate that you're seasick or airsick.
Okay. Well,
I think it's Thanatos, Rocket, then Alistair.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know Alistair's last.
Yeah.
I guess I'll roll for awareness while I try not to hurl over the side.
Mm-hmm.
And the number is...
Well, I'm actually very aware when I'm sick.
All right. So,
Maybe I
trying
should
to
be
take your...
airsick all the fucking
Sorry
time.
for the chewing, by the way. I've got a green apple to try and keep saliva levels down. I apologize if it's disgusting sounding.
Apples.
That's
It's
not
fine.
the weirdest noise you make.
Hey, Apple.
Well,
Buy
we,
some apples.
well, we failed. Don't look, honey. Fucking Tom Scott. All right. All right, so, Thanatos, you're focusing very heavily on the world ahead of you, trying to distract yourself from your churning stomach and the nausea raking at your system. You're just leaning somewhat over the rail, focusing out at the distance, looking for anything suspicious, anything at all worrying. And here and there over the course of the night, you do see things sort of flapping around and moving, and occasionally hear distant sounds over the wind roaring in your ears and the propellers on the ship side, but none of it ever draws close enough for you to make out anything distinct or clear, and it never seems to take any notice of you, or if it does, it parts out of the way and doesn't give you any trouble.
Does this ship have cannons?
Yes, it has a few cannons. 3 on each side on the middle deck, and then another 3 on each side on the lowest deck. And it also has and it also has 2 dragon killer harpoon launchers on the railing up here. I'll go ahead and mark those with
Don't get the ideas to shoot anything, Thanatos.
Well,
Dragon
as long
Killer.
as-
That name has a lot to live up to.
I'm just marking them on the ship right now.
Just saying, if something comes and tries to attack us,
Well, make sure it's trying to attack us, so don't shoot it for sport.
I can shoot it in the face with some.
Yes,
slightly-
and you're the only one who has any ranged attacks. Other
Other
than
than
me.
magic.
But I have limited.
Excuse me. All right, so that is, but yeah, so your watch is uneventful aside from that.
Your watch is ended.
Third watch.
Indeed.
Yeah, I see what you did there. Third
Rocket.
watch, rocket. Awareness check.
Okay.
Do that thing.
What's the word, bird?
Never
That is a
speak.
word.
Never speak again, darkness.
Bird is the word.
16. Shit. All right.
7 awareness?
Yeah, I
God
can't beat
damn.
that. I can't beat
I mean, she
that.
took skillful hero, so it makes total sense that she can have bonuses that high now. And given
Jesus
Rocket's
Bravo.
and given Rocket's penchant for just observing, that actually makes a lot of sense for her as a character. She is a very observant sort. So, Rocket, you kind of you observe for a while, just looking out. It's interesting being up here in the sky, since as you know, being a black chocobo, you would normally innately have the ability to fly on your own, but all of the magitech sticking out of you is slowing you down and hindering you and preventing that. But looking out at the rolling fields of clouds and the occasional gaps, letting you see the world far, far below, it doesn't bring back memories from before, per se, but it stirs up sensations. Distant tinglings on the tips of your feathers and an itch on your organic leg that just like you remember vaguely what it's like to fly under your own power. And you feel yourself getting a bit nostalgic, but other than that, your watch is uneventful.
Nice.
Just as a heads up, I'm actually kind of taking this time here to do all this general random narration shit to just see how I'm doing after being up for a prolonged period of time before the game. And I'm actually liking what I'm getting so far, so I might just get up really early for F56 in the future.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause
I think the 3D dice is glitching because on my end it's 3-6, but down below it's 1-4.
Well, it's 1-4 for me, so yeah, probably just a
Same.
switched roll. Anyways,
Mm.
9?
Yeah.
It's an uneventful watch, thankfully. I mean, that's not a bad roll. It's a little on the low side, but it's not bad at all.
Okay.
But you know,
Alice is just oblivious.
you're a little, distracted, just thinking about things, wondering how Athena is doing back at the Academy City. Since last time you saw her, she was kind of roughed up, and you forgot to go and say goodbye, so she's probably livid now, and you're dreading your next meeting because she's bound to slap you when that happens, and I need to make a note of that.
Ship.
No.
I ship it.
1, 2, 3, calm.
1, 2, 3, come. Okay, that's not. I don't do that on command.
No, calm. As in calm. I am calm now. I'm letting my anger out through counting.
Well, this took a little
I am sassy when I'm tired.
Apparently.
Okay.
Oh my.
Okay. All
Have
right.
fun with that in the future, Lumina.
Out of all the friends I had to make, why did it have to be a blue mage?
Why does it have to be
All
me?
mages are weird.
All right. Well, but yeah, your watch is uneventful, and as it's wrapping up, the sun starts to rise in the distance, casting brilliant light over the whole sea of clouds you're flying over, and eventually Sid comes back up, the night pilot retires back below decks, and the rest of you awaken.
Are
Are
we
we
over
there
the-
yet?
I was gonna say, are we over the amber yet?
Well-
Or we're still in it?
Let's see here. So you're up on decks right now, and Sid is again at the wheel. He's like, no, not yet. I mean, if you look down over the edge. We're still gonna be over this for another day or so.
I
Great.
wouldn't recommend asking Thanatos to look over the edge. He'll probably lose everything in his fireball.
Yeah, best not to piss off the evil beings below.
Fair
with
enough.
your-
Fair enough. On
With
that note,
stuff.
actually, Thanatos, make me a force check if you'd be so kind.
Why?
Just make me a force
And-
check.
Go to the demons below
I-
with
I would-
Thanatos' puke.
I believe I would ask. I believe I have a right to know why.
Oops. Now I'm the jinx bitch.
Just make a force check. I'll tell you what it's for. It's nothing insidious.
Oh, 10.
Nope, you're still airsick.
Ah.
I was having you roll.
Airsick
I was having you
wolves.
roll to find your air legs, or your wings, rather.
You
What
do.
did I have to roll to get them?
Motherfucker, I ain't telling you that.
The roll is 4, and you don't tell me what I need to get. What are you good for?
Storytelling and voices, apparently.
Apparently.
Thanatos, you are remember to keep a
A
bucket.
good campaign is a mysterious campaign, not an obvious one.
Thanatos, don't piss off God.
That is adorable.
I'm going to go hurl over the side now.
No! I forbid it!
They're down there, then on the.
Tom,
I will hang you
you're
over the
cutting out a
edge.
bunch. Tom, we're having a hard time making out what you're saying.
Said, better down there than on the ship.
I wonder if the dice have an encounter for us today.
God damn it. What is
Lock it.
What is a
Breaking
5
the fourth
do?
wall.
Oh, great God of,
Rocket's perception is so high, she's seeing through the fourth wall currently.
I prefer Dungeon Master.
Rocket's turning into Pinkie Pie.
All right.
Oh,
Well,
dear God.
anyways, so
She's the mascot. She can do that.
unless there's anything else you want to do over the course of this particular day, any characters you want to speak to, any questions you want to ask, any exploring, anything at all.
I mean, none that we wouldn't have asked in the
Just get-
many days we've been on the ship already.
Get me off the ship.
All right.
All
well,
I wanted to ask was, how's the prisoner down below?
So, Thanatos, when we arrive at the coming and we go into the skydock way higher, are you going to jump off this one before it's fully, rope?
Go fuck yourself, pointy ears.
I think it'll be a bit worse than taking us.
she makes a good point.
wow, Tom, you are really robotic-y and cutting out for me. And he's gone. He'll be back.
He'd be back. Yeah, all I got was to ask how the prisoner is down below.
Well, you ask that, and Sid kind of shrugs his shoulders. She's been quiet for the most part. I've tried talking to her once or twice when it wasn't my turn at the wheel. Barely says a word, keeping to herself.
Every time I tried to talk to her, it was either something snarky or calling me a name or something I can't remember.
I don't talk to her. We don't get along very well, I'm afraid.
I
Gee,
got
I wonder
the
why.
distinctive impression she didn't like me. The feeling is very much mutual.
She didn't like any of
plotting
us.
something.
Well,
She's probably plotting something, so we best keep an eye on her.
How can she be plotting? She's trapped in a cage, bound by her hands on a ship.
Oh, I don't know. Probably
She's
maybe
smart.
thinking how to
You
escape.
underestimate smart.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Smart doesn't get you out of ropes in a cage.
Yes, it has.
you haven't been in very many ropes and cages, have you?
We don't speak of rope.
What?
Oh, I
on?
smell a story
The
there.
rope has been
Yeah, you
very
see,
useful, hasn't it?
When it comes to rope, he hasn't exactly been the most perceptive, so chances are that if he was bound in it, he probably wouldn't even know.
If you speak another word, I will throw up on you.
And there was that one time he tripped over frozen rope.
You are a
Alice,
funny
you're
group.
going to go over the
I like
side.
you.
I still have that rope. I used it to.
All right, well,
It was
second
destiny.
night begins to roll around. First watch, awareness.
Rolling,
But
rolling,
wait, where's my
rolling. Oh,
keep it on and
British, you can't.
rolling.
You can't.
Double 5.
14.
All right. Seems fine. Clear skies at this point, so you can see the world trailing by far below, and you definitely get a sense of vertigo. You are very high up. But
I am
other
fine
than
with this.
your watch is uneventful.
Thanatos, you're
Get up. It's your turn.
You're asleep,
You should be asleep.
Alistair.
Just mumbling in my sleep.
There.
12? Yep, seems fine. Nothing out of the ordinary. Rocket? Awareness?
Okay.
Your watch?
What's the word, bro?
Oh
Thanatos,
no.
speak again.
What if I started?
You have started hell. Congratulations. You are now Satan. 15.
Well, better than
I thought I
God.
was supposed to be the dark one.
Yeah, well.
He has seen him.
Now he's just the door.
All right, so, Lumina,
Yes.
while you're up there, taking watch for the night, looking around and just keeping an eye out, you see something below the ship, kind of blending in amidst the darkness of the world below. Not sure
Oh,
what,
this is reassuring.
but it's
Nani?
keeping pace with the airship.
Mm.
I got a bad feeling.
One of the
Man, you always got a bad feeling about something.
you saying that out loud?
Yep.
All right.
What's up?
One of the other people who's up on deck with you, you actually recognize it as one of Sid's, left hands. Biggs, big Galka guy, sort of wanders over. What is it?
Look down below.
He looks and moments later, huh? We're being followed. Any idea what they are? Does that Magitech's eye of yours give you night vision? It doesn't, by the way.
It doesn't.
Oh.
What
Sadly.
does it give her?
Shit she doesn't have yet.
I
Broken.
sense an upgrade.
Can we get some repairs for illegal Magitech?
Well, that's something you'll need to bring up in character when it's day. Right now you're asleep.
It is Rocket's current plotline we're on, so we'll see.
Anyways, alright, keep an eye on him. I'm gonna go get some of the other folks. Increase the guard
Got
just
it.
in case. He kind of wanders off and heads back down below decks, his heavy feet as he's going down.
Plot twist, it's a dragon.
You keep an eye on this thing that's following you, and it doesn't seem to be very large. And the more you look at it, the more you sort of squint through the night, the more it becomes apparent that this flying thing, whatever it is, isn't a singular thing. It's a collection of maybe 5 or 6 things, sort of all cluttered together into a tightly knit group, but it's not like an orderly triangle shape like birds migrating in flight or anything. It's kind of a haphazard mess, like a flock of bats just kind of flying around each other while still keeping pace with the airship.
Fuck.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's a flock. That's not a single thing. That's a single thing.
All right.
I may want to wake up the others, but gotta keep an eye on this too.
Hmm.
Hey guys!
You are above decks and they are below, so they can't hear you.
Okay.
All right. You watch it for a little bit longer, and meanwhile, down below decks, the rest of you, Biggs kind of goes by each of your doors. Yep, something's by the ship. Does that by each of your doors? Yep.
Tell it to wait till morning.
Get up, Thanatos. They need you.
Something's gonna die.
I can't believe
you
this is
get
the
out that
disciplining math at all.
Or I drag you out.
You head back up to the decks, and you're all up there now, and you gather together. Anything change? Biggs asks.
Rocket.
He's asking you, Rocket.
Oh, okay. It looks like it's a group of 6 or more. A flock, maybe.
But the question is, a flock of what?
What did Sid say flies around this area?
Well, there are a lot of different types of flying demons that we've had to deal with in the past. Small ones, though, there are a few types of small ones. These ones, and then all of a sudden, you hear a little off to your right.
Oh,
and,
shit.
And you
What was that?
And you look over, and you see a surprisingly, it's a sort of pudgy, small creature standing at about a foot tall, humanoid in shape, with long, kind of gnarled, curly fingers that sort of wriggle about like a stereotypical witch plotting something. It's got this great big long curved nose, big eyes that are gently orange and glowing in the night, and this big Cheshire grin with a row of razor sharp teeth, 2 disproportionately small leathery bat wings fluttering on its back, and a long, very thin tail sort of whipping about behind it. It's got a bald head, no hair of any sort, and claws growing out of its toes and fingertips. And I'll just go ahead and show you the picture.
The
Sounds
fuck?
like an... Oh.
Amber it.
Oh, great.
Amber.
Imps. I love imps. God damn it.
Oh, no.
I suppose that's one of the creatures you were talking about?
Yeah,
It's kind of cute, actually.
that would be an imp. It makes that noise at you.
Can they be friendly?
No. And then he
Well,
pulls
Are
out
they
his
annoying?
and then he pulls out his pistol, points at it, shoo. Kind of scutters back along the rail. Right, screw this. And he fires, and the imp's head just kind of explodes into this sort of... You were expecting crimson, but it's more like the inside of pumpkin. And it sort of backflips off of the airship as its brains are blasted out. And it disappears over the side.
Nice shot.
Dobby is no more.
I just realized it does
So-
kind of look
It was
like
an
Dobby,
elf.
doesn't it? Shit.
Yes.
yeah.
Dobby is
Yeah,
an
that's
elf
what
and
I
an imp.
Dobby, why?
He just shot Dobby.
You killed Dobby.
Okay. Well, I'm never living that shit down. All right.
He just
Yeah.
wanted a sock.
God.
But anyways,
Winged Dobby is down.
All
shut
right.
up. Let me narrate.
You-
Medic!
Shush. As the body falls away from the airship, little wisps and strands of stringy brain matter left flying in the air and falling slower than it. A few seconds pass, the gunshot echo fading away like the aftermath of a blast of thunder. For far below the airship, you hear a shriek. And then
So you
another.
definitely just pissed off the rest of them.
Well, that's
Ah,
I
reassuring.
think...
I might
think
have. That was actually a really stupid decision. More and more cries joining the chorus. Ugh.
Can I
Sound
I'm
much-
sounding the alarm.
Yeah.
Get ready. And he turns and belts off towards the other side of the
So
ship.
much for a peaceful ride across this place.
All right, so
I had a feeling an encounter was in the works.
if everyone
Okay.
could be as so kind as to pick positions on the map, you have a little bit before the enemy arrives, so you can choose your positions. Place yourselves well.
Crow's nest.
I think it'd be best for me to be the center near everyone so I could heal them up. Being near the edge is probably the most dangerous as anything could do.
All right.
Yeah,
Can I go back to
I
bed?
don't get dragged.
Thanatos, get away from the side, damn it.
We are literally
Yeah,
about
yeah,
to
It's gonna
get
be dragged over.
fighty. I thought you liked fighting.
Not
Mhm.
when it's in the air and I feel like my stomach's doing backflips.
Don't puke
Well,
on
I-
them. Just be useful.
A good cast
Yeah.
strike on you, but I doubt it'd do much.
And don't bother.
All right. Well. All right. So that your orientation. Rocket in the back,
Sure.
Thanatos in front, Alistair there, and Neothil way up.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, everyone, stay on guard and keep an eye out for the little buggers.
I'll go ahead and start up turn order here.
And Rocket, no jumping.
Okay.
All right. Well, as it stands, a few seconds more pass before you see over here a flock of 6 imps flying up, shrieking and snarling and growling. They're all pissed, and over here, another one also rises up to join its companion. 2 flocks
I
of 6
count-
imps.
12.
Now, as it stands, those are your enemies. It is worth noting that as you are fighting these guys, there are actually more around, but they are being handled by Sid's engineers, and for the sake of saving time, I'm not going to worry about them. So,
Yep.
They're
I
out of
count 12 of
range
them.
of. They're out of range of Alistair and Rocket. Thanatos, if you can throw a fireball at the right flock that I'm pinging, I'll start opening fire on the.
Or if you've got a multi-spell that can damage multiple of the little buggers, that would be even better.
I got a new surprise for these fuckers.
Good.
I don't have any ranged attacks, unfortunately.
I'm going to hold my ground and heal any of you that gets injured.
Okay.
You just stay back, Rocky, just in case one of them gets on board, and no jumping, or you're gonna fly off.
And I cover
Whatever-
you if they swarm
Whatever you're
in.
doing,
and
Thanatos, do it now before they're on the ship.
All right,
Yeah.
all right.
And I got you covered.
All right. Well then, shut up so I can do it. All right.
what are you doing,
So tone
Thanatos?
shift. I shall be casting a group thunder spell.
Nice.
Mm,
These now, as it stands, these enemies are squad-based, so
Time for these little shits to ride the lightning.
I got the lightning now.
you do double damage to them in groups, but group cast spells only target one of them.
And skadoosh.
Nice. Close to a critical. Close.
All right.
Can't do criticals with magic.
So,
That's fine.
Yeah.
I'll do that way.
right, so
True.
So this is interesting. Thanatos, you gather, you sort of draw out the vermilion edge, you sort of strike your open palm into the pommel of the blade, and when you pull it back, there's electricity crackling between the pommel and your hand. You extend it out and unleash it in a blinding bolt of electricity that hits the flock of imps, and you watch in surprise as it arcs and dances between them, doing a lot of damage to the group overall because, it's a swarm, but then the damage increases even more, you realize. Their bodies spasming and convulsing, and several of them drop. I need a calculator to figure out just how fucked up they just got.
They're
Oh my
weak to lightning.
Well,
Alright,
it's obvious they're made to be fast, fragile
Okay,
creatures.
so 26 times 2 and then times 2 again is...
That's okay. So it's 26. That's 52. 104.
Yeah, okay, so...
Oh.
So you all watch as Thanatos unleashes this thunder spell and the whole flock just plummets.
Probably 100.
They are
Bloody
gone.
hell. That is impressive.
They are
That
gone.
That is what happens when you interrupt my sleep, especially when I'm feeling shitty.
Damn,
And
I
you
forgot I gave him that.
Just now
weakness.
figured out how to do that?
Just shut up and shoot them, 20 years.
No
You
arguments.
take out many of them as you can.
Also,
Lee,
how much
before
MP
they
did
get on
that
the
cost,
ship.
Thanatos?
5.
All right.
What are you doing?
All right, so 9 to hit from Neothil for her bow. Yeah, that hits.
Well, you'd
Good
be
roll
raining
Damage.
death from above.
Cut the
multiple
damage in
damage.
half
Oh,
though
it's-
because group, because it's a swarm.
Damage in half. So... Hold on.
So roll it.
So that would just
so
be
roll it as normal,
13
and then
because
we
normally I do times 2 anyway.
roll
Well,
it as
I just do it plus
Roll
13
normal, and
because
then we cut it in half.
yeah we.
listen to me. Don't interrupt because my damage is plus
you are
13
still
times
cutting out.
2. So just don't do the times 2. And that's half. So yeah. 24. That's the total damage I took. That's half.
All right. All right. It flies into the flock, hits one of them square between the eyes, and it goes backpedaling back. Falls from the sky.
In the back. Sorry, your audio, all the audio just cut out then. Don't know what happened.
Okay. Anyways, Alistair, Rocket, any actions you're taking?
Well, like I said, I'm covering Thanatos. Looks like he doesn't need it though, but who else am I going to cover?
Well,
I can't really do anything yet because we don't have anything on the ship.
Knees on the top.
All right.
Rocket's got the most armor, and
Well, if that be
So,
the
yeah,
case,
cover
then
what-
I believe it is the enemy's turn. So the flock of imps is going to sail up here, way up high. It's worth noting they have flight, so melee attacks will have a -4 on your attack rolls. Let's see here.
get to him, get through me, you buggers.
Yeah, I'll just fry him next turn.
All right, so they are going to sort of do this fun little dance move, like sky dance sort of routine, where they spiral around each other, then sort of link hands and come up into sort of this circle that's kind of creating a loop in front of you and over you, like you could jump through it if you curled up enough. And between them all, a ball of fire begins to form.
Oh boy!
Oh,
joy.
fuck.
And then they let go, and then they all let go of each other, gather behind it, and as a group, punt it, and it comes flying down at Thanatos because they're pissed at you because you just killed their buddy. So, what's your avoidance?
Fuck, I'm pretty sure it didn't change. Let's double check.
So I guess my cover ability is not
Avoidance is
working.
6. But up, that still hits.
Okay, let's see here. Let me double check what cover does really quick. Cover. The paladin chooses an ally to be covered as an instant action. Until the paladin chooses a new target, they will keep a watchful eye on this ally and guard them from injury. Whenever the covered target would suffer damage, the paladin may leap in front of that character as an instant action and choose to take the damage on the ally's behalf. That means that the damage is still reduced by the original target's armor, magic armor scores, and other effects, and not the paladin's. Cover can only be used if the paladin is not afflicted with an effect or status that would prevent them from reaching their target or taking an immediate instant action, such as stop, slow, seal, or charm, among others. And the ally must be within a medium range and not obstructed by obstacles that would prevent the paladin from reaching them, such as being in another section of the castle or another dimension. Finally, the paladin may only cover one ally at a time. So, Alistair, do you want to take the damage for this?
I don't mind.
All right,
I can
then
take
let's-
it.
All right, Thanatos, what is your magic armor?
4.
All right. So, Alistair, you just took 27 points of fire damage.
Okay.
So, you see the fireball closing in, and you quickly position yourself in front of Thanatos as it's flying in, and it strikes against the front of you. Stagger back a bit. It hurts, but it's not too bad. You're good. You're all right. You've had a lot worse, a lot more recently.
That wasn't necessary.
No, it's nothing I can handle. It's fine. Just kill the little bastards for me.
Yep.
Indeed.
I do believe it's our turn.
Yep.
Thanatos, just
Although
Finish him.
Doing it.
as it is becoming your guys' turn, before anything else, I want everyone to collectively roll me an awareness check.
Oh, for
Oh boy.
can't I just fry them before you fucking put more of them on us?
10 again. I'm
10.
getting a lot of 10.
14.
Rocket also
The
50.
dice are liking us today.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
So all of
Don't
you,
look okay.
As you finish up that
Oh.
round of combat and you're getting ready to attack the flock of imps, you hear, sort of at the edges of your hearing,
I hate you.
like a
There's
bigger
more
pair
than-
of wings.
I hate you.
Oh no.
But yeah, back to the party.
All right.
I have a bad feeling about this.
I'm
Right.
afraid. I'm
That
You
was a
afraid.
fry
plan.
him, I heal myself.
That was a pun considering what's coming.
God damn it.
Yes. Double.
All right.
Let's finish off that group. We'll deal with whatever comes when it comes.
Lightning spell. 23 points of damage. That's 46 times 2, 92.
All right, so. Yep, all right.
That's another 5 MP.
Yes, I'm back to full.
All right, so Thanatos. Alistair kind of steps to one side while casting a quick cure spell on himself. Alistair, how much MP is that?
That would be 31, I guess.
No, how much does
Because
it
that's
take
what-
away from you? How much does
Oh.
cure cost?
Oh, cure. Was it 1 of I believe? Let's double check. Is it?
Pretty sure it's like 8 or something.
It's 7.
Uh,
Cure cost
or
is
is it
7.
Oh, it's 7 cure.
All right, so
Yeah.
Alistair kind of sidesteps, quickly waving a hand over himself. His burn marks quickly like the Bernie scab sort of just peel off and flicker away. And then you turn back to the flock of imps who are sort of angrily and immaturely tantruming at you for not being hit by their fireball, and you just quickly like slap your hand under your pommel again, draw out another bolt of electricity, and they collectively stop for a second like oh, and then you blast them again, and and they all just crumple to the deck, and yep, that is a dead flock, which I will now move to the map layer because it landed here. And you hear a few more gunshots from some of Sid's folks going on in the background as Biggs is ringing an alarm bell somewhere out, you know, more
Fried imp, anyone?
yep, and a few gunshots before
Oh shit.
all finally fall still and silent again.
Does that mean they won, or is that bad news for us?
Can we still hear the flapping of the other thing we heard?
Yep, you still hear it.
Something bigger is
I think
coming.
it's done.
Everyone, we form.
Ugh.
Something else is coming. Just hang in there.
We're the only one out.
All right.
I knew something was gonna happen.
All right. Well, as it stands, a few moments later, while Sid's engineers are still dealing with some more imps that come up on the back of the ship, you all sort of take the front, and you see, rising up directly in front and sort of coming up onto the bow of the ship, a rather far larger winged creature. It's got a
Oh, no.
mostly spherical body with a sort of long, lumpy tail stretching up behind it with a big diamond-shaped fin. 2 spindly little legs with clawed feet dangle below it. Giant
It's the
leathery
big
wings
eye.
flap at its side. And yes, a single enormous eye blinks open to glare at you.
Oh,
Studs,
Oh,
Studs.
Mika, let her pet out.
and studs and growths of amber are coming out of its top, and a gigantic grin filled with rows of razor-sharp teeth slowly peels open, and a long tongue with 3 prongs like a fork comes out and slithers around, and
You got a picture of this, or we just have to
of
imagine?
course I
Yeah.
do. I come
Oh
prepared.
Born of our numbers, we're 12 feet long. Capable of turning all who gaze upon it to
Yep, you remember.
I hate
can
you.
petrify
Cover your
us. So
eyes.
You remember?
I
Yeah,
hate
you remember
Alright.
that. Yeah, you remember that detail. Sid mentioned that this is an Umber Ahriman, and it does not look happy with you all.
Well, I did kind of kill its minions.
And it's sort of a
Or is
for-
it-
this year, and for a second, it's sort of like
Yeah.
it gives a few more flaps before sort of rising a few feet into the air. Its wings curl around itself, sort of protecting it. before they spread out wide, and your ears sort of ring for a second as it lets out just this deafening.
Ow.
And
Wow.
yeah, and flies
Bloody
down at you.
hell.
And so let's see here. Thanatos and Alistair already took their rounds, so Neothil, Rocket, it's you.
I'm going to use disabling shot, which and with the effect of vital shot, which if I hit, do -2 to either accuracy or its avoidance. I'm going to do -2 to its
right
accuracy.
in his eye.
Yeah,
Is it
that's
within
basically
range
what
of
I'm going
the-
to try and do. I'm going
Is
to
it in
impair
range
its
of the
vision.
deck?
Because our melee can't get in there as long as it
Guys.
has that eye.
Guys, let Tom talk.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Roll an attack.
I can once per combat, so I'm using it to try and blend it. 10.
All right. Let's see. Here's 10 to hit. That hits. Yep.
Alright, so that means the effect comes into play, and then I just need to roll damage. It has the -2 to accuracy. So roll 2d6 plus 24. My usual
So now
damage.
the
Okay.
well, that's the lowest amount of damage he could have done, but oh well.
Oh well.
26 damage.
Nigga.
All right.
Yeah, plus -2 to his accuracy for the entire combat.
All right. So you kind of get it in one side of its eye, and it thrashes in the air. Kind of its eye thrashes about a bit, and the bolt eventually pops out, clatters to the ground, and it's now got a stream of red sliding down its eye and sort of into its mouth, and it starts reflexively like licking at its teeth as the blood is dribbling on. Just it's gross.
Like I said, problem with the big eye, you
Creature.
get it blind.
Okay, last person on party turn before enemy. Rocket, your go. What are you doing?
It's
Is
within
she-
range of the deck.
You can get about halfway to it with your standard movement.
Okay.
All right. So
Does she have a special charge ability?
not at present. So
Damn.
Rocket kind of charges around. Boop, 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 boop. Guess so. Oh, right over here then. Okay. And all right, back to the enemy. As this is happening, the cluster of imps sort of their corpses begin to glow a faint orange and crackle a bit, and then just shatter and dissolve into dust. So their corpses are gone. And the Ahriman.
I hate him.
And the Ahriman is advancing.
Is it a blind one, or is he still...
Oh, he's got -2 to his accuracy, so his vision isn't impaired.
Yep. Let's see
Okay.
here.
So it'll be harder for him to hit us. That's lovely.
Mhm.
Did you get that with your last level up?
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah, I
well,
got disabling shot.
anyway, so it's going to float forward a bit, still high in the air above you. It's going to close its eye for a second, and then when it opens it back up, you see a little, sort of a little pulse of dark purple light. And then I need to roll for who it's targeting with this spell.
Wonderful.
Oh joy! This is
I might have to use my destiny thing.
It is targeting Rocket.
Oh.
not the bird. Oh,
Avoidance is 11.
Well, that
I'll
doesn't
say
matter
it's
here because
magic.
it's using a spell that bypasses that. It's you watch
shit.
as this thing closes its eye, and when it opens again, boom, little purple flash, and then around Rocket, you suddenly find it very difficult to move. The weight of the world just starts crushing
Fuck
down on you.
no.
You start like pressing
Yeah.
down under the weight, and everyone else, you watch as suddenly there's just a dome of dark purple eldritch energy expands out from Rocket, and where she's standing, like the wood and metal support beams start to like press and compress and imprint down, seemingly under their own and her own weight. And Rocket, you have just been hit by Demi, and you just lost half of your hit points. You are down to 79.
Oh, fuck.
There's
Are you
no way to even
serious?
avoid that?
Nope. Lucky for,
Oh,
Well,
shit.
lucky,
that's
lucky
what
for
you're
you,
doing next round.
lucky for you, he can only do that once.
I was about to ask. Can he do that more than once?
So then the spell fades, and Rocket, you're kind of trembling on your legs. A few sparks fly out of your mechanical leg in your head case, and it's really uncomfortable what you just went through.
Shit the bed.
Alright, this round, Thanatos and I are going to hit it. Alistair, you heal Rocket.
gonna heal
and
Rocket.
also hit it. Yes.
All right.
Don't you worry, I'm ahead of you.
Meanwhile, I'm going to start targeting it.
All right.
The normal.
I mean, I was hoping to
That
just break my
definitely
limits.
hits. Roll
like that,
damage.
but that's just changed plans.
And don't waste limit break on this.
No, not waste it. Look at Rocket.
No.
Are
just
you okay,
heal.
Rocket?
I thought I was petrified for a minute there.
Don't you worry, I'm
that's what I was
healing
gonna
you.
go for, but
All right. 30. All right. So
Hang in
Rocket
there.
just got 32 hit points back. Nice.
35 damage.
You are not dying today.
yep, 35 damage to this fucker.
All right.
Rest of you, fuck it up.
Yep. Neitho, you fire off another shot, and get it like where its wing meets its side. And all right. So Rocket and Thanatos, what are you doing? Rocket, you just got healed, so you feel a little better, but you're still sparking a bit.
You think you'd be able to gouge out his eyeball?
I could try, but you don't want to look directly in the thing.
Thanatos, do you want to blast it first then?
Indeed,
Then
and
Rocket
since
goes
it's only one enemy, I can do a single attack with
Go ahead.
lightning.
Oh,
So-
that's gonna do a lot of damage.
All right.
Let's
Go
see
ahead and roll
here. Hold on, gotta double check my power. Pretty sure I increased it. I did, so that's plus 33 now.
Thanatos weakens it, and hopefully Rocket finishes it.
A baboosh.
All right.
43 points of damage, and that's 5 more MP for a lightning attack.
All right. So.
Please tell me this thing has the same weakness.
So, Thanatos, you do the thing again. You slap the palm, you pull out the lightning bolt. You sort of chuckle, well, this is fun. You know, you're like just roasting things in the sky. You fire off the bolt, and it hits the Ahriman, and it sort of sails up and back into the air. It's all like 15 feet from the blast, smoking a bit, and sort of rights itself in the aftermath. And it took 77 damage from that.
So it has a slight weakness?
It
or-
has a weakness, but I'm
does,
also
right?
including its magic armor in this because it's a notorious enemy.
Ah, fair enough.
Rocket is off balance. Now's your chance. Fuck it up.
Well, it's still pretty high in the air, and I told her no jumping.
Yeah, if it's really high up, I can't reach it. 'cause
I mean, you
can't-
can still make an attack roll. It'll just be with a -4 penalty to your roll.
And you can make it with a medium range to the thing as well.
And I have to roll accuracy, don't I?
Yeah.
Okay.
Roll accuracy and subtract 4 from the end result. Sixteen
So-
minus 4 is 12.
12. That hits.
Yep, that'll do it.
That hits at least.
So, Rocket, what you do is you kind of you come sprinting up. Go ahead and roll damage real quick. $25. All right.
Ooh.
We must not hold back.
So, Rocket, you come charging up to it as it's sort of reeling from Thanatos' attack, and thanks to your Defy Gravity perk that you took a ways back, I'm just kind of implying that here, you sort of fan out your wings, and while you can't fly with them, you kick off on the ground and give them a few great flaps, and and you're actually quickly up at the Ahriman's altitude, and it sort of reels back a bit from like, and then you latch down onto one of its legs with your beak, and thanks to all of your heavy Magitech shit and whatnot and your general heavy body weight as a chocobo, when you fall back down to the deck, you drag it down with you and you slam it into the deck with a little mighty and it thrashes around a bit, tears its leg free and quickly springs back up and is now flying a couple feet into the air right in front of you, looking very pissed.
Probably best we took out the wings first.
That's
oh,
it.
well.
So, is that everyone's turn?
Believe so.
All right. So, it is not going to take kindly to what Rocket just did. it's going to feel quite vindicated in the fact that it targeted her first. And
Oh.
let's see here. And it is going
Even though I
to,
kind of hurt it a little more with my spell.
and its lips are going to peel back. You're going to see its teeth, and it's going to lunge at you with a bite. With that penalty to its accuracy. What's your avoidance?
11.
Well, it rolled
Look
a
at
critical
those.
hit, so
Bollocks!
Oh no!
oh no, indeed.
Oh no!
So that is what's your armor again?
Okay. Here. 12.
Lucky big bastard got a critical.
So that is 82 damage Rocket just took.
Oh!
Yep. So what happens is its lips peel back, and when it lunges forward, its teeth dig into your neck and upper body, and you can't help but just shriek in agony as it pulls you up off the ground and kind of mimics what you did to it. Sort of pole vaults you forward and crashes you into the ground. The wood splinters beneath your combined weight before it rears back, latches onto you with its claws, and pushes back, sliding you back a few feet so that you sort of roll back over here, and it sort of lifts back up into the air and sort of chuckles in amusement at your agony.
Rocket! Fuck!
All right, back to the party.
Retreat, Rocket!
Rocket, get
I
back.
heal you.
Okay.
Thanatos, knee. Finish it off if you can.
Break it up.
Quickly.
Here's the general idea.
Oh, this thing's giving you more trouble than I thought it would.
Well,
Oh,
it
shit.
apparently just doesn't like rocket.
Only 8 to hit.
That
Something
just
like that.
hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Oh.
So it has the avoid.
So it's got
Rocket.
8 avoidance.
No one harms this sweet chocobo. You pay
Buddy.
for this, you giant monster.
All right, so you fire off the shot, and you kind of get it in one of its amber growths, and it sort of shatters. And you now see this open, gaping, and sort of gently pulsing sore in its head where the amber growth used to be. Sort of
Thanatos,
very gross.
hit it there. Concentrate all your power at that center.
All right,
Pretty sure that's not how it works, but what the fuck.
go ahead. And,
All right.
you can do it for visual flair, if not actual statistic damage.
Quite. Alright. Have another lightning bolt, motherfucker.
I'm just full of these.
Give it everything you got.
40.
All right, so
That's another 5 NP.
I already subtracted that.
Good.
All right, so that's 71 damage this sucker just took. Again, it sort of spasms, and you can see its very weird and oddly shaped skeleton through its skin for a second as your lightning bolt hits it, and it spasms uncontrollably, sort of crashes to the deck before picking itself back up and takes back to the air.
That's right. Get pissed at me, buddy boy.
All right, Alistair, what are you doing?
I just rolled the heal Rocket.
Ah, okay, so
Right.
that's 32 HP back to Rocket. Okay. You
Yep.
still feel like absolute shit, Rocket, but you're not on the verge of passing out anymore, so that's a plus.
I would suggest
Move back as far as you
potion,
can.
if you have one.
If you got a potion, drink it. Any high ones?
I don't know if I have any more potions because I kind of used them last time. Oh, 3 high
Well-
potions. Yes.
Yes, you
Okay.
do. I thought you
You're
do.
gonna take one.
Got
Yeah.
one.
All right, that is 79 HP back to you because those are store of 50.
Woohoo!
So you are up to 140. So you
You're
quickly
still
sort of
in it.
so you kind of reach into your pack, pull it out, and after a bit of finessing it with your claws and beak, you pry off the cork and throw it back. And
Welcome.
as the fluid pours down your throat, you feel it rejuvenated, and your body softly glows a nice, pretty green for a second before the glow fades, and you turn back around feeling much invigorated and ready to fight. Most of your wounds are sort of closed up, but you still feel really sore around your chest, neck, and back where you crashed. All right, so
Welcome
that
back to the
is
land of the fucking depressed. We need you.
so that's everyone. Back to the Ahriman. It is going to let's see here. It is going to fly itself over here,
Oh, fuck off. No.
and
No.
let's see.
Leave
here.
Rocket alone.
It's going to close its eye and sort of its lips and gums sort of twitching and vibrating a bit before its eye flashes open, and there's a bright flash of light, and it is making a group attack.
Shit!
So I need to know everyone's avoidance, or rather yet, I'll just roll this and you can tell me if it hit you or not. 9.
Nope.
It hits.
Didn't
Mine's
hit.
only
Nope,
6.
didn't hit.
Okay, so
Lucky
does-
you.
It's me.
That
Mine's a
is
6,
with the,
so it hits.
that's with the -2 accuracy.
you. Oh yeah, I
Shit.
forgot to imply that. Okay, so it's just a 7 to hit then.
And it still hits me.
Wait, no, wait, hold
Doesn't
on.
hit me.
Wait, no, hold on. I actually altered its stat
Yeah.
block to accommodate for the -2. Okay, yeah, that is correct. That 9 is correct. My bad.
Said confusion. Says it.
Yeah, normally it's +4 to accuracy, but I turned it on +2. So who all did it hit again? One at a time, please. Neothil, did it hit you?
Yes.
Alistair?
Yep.
Thanatos?
Yes.
Rocket?
Nope.
Okay. This is a magic armor attack, so subtract your magic armor from this damage and apply it.
This rocket didn't take any damage this time.
So that's 27 damage minus your magic armor to each of you.
19
Okay.
damage.
All right, Neothil takes
My
damage.
magic armor is... Where the fuck are you? And... here we go. +4.
So it's
So, 23.
And
it's
Thanatos?
23 to me too.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
So the blinding flash sort of hits you in the eyes, and you stagger for a second. It sort of rings in your ears and your skull. It feels like your brain's rattling in your skull for a second, but it's not too bad. You quickly pull yourselves together, and Rocky, you kind of you think fast, and you quickly turn off your operating system for a second, and then turn it back on a second later, and you're fine.
All right, Mike Wazowski, you're being a pain in the butt.
All right, back to the party. It is currently flying over open air, so close range melee attacks are no
Yep.
longer an option.
Wow. That was
You gotta
brilliant.
admit, it does look an awful lot like Mike Wazowski.
Yeah, I didn't design it.
Yeah.
And it does.
7 to hit. No, that doesn't do it. Goes wide. It sort
Shoot.
of swerves out of the way with a little spin.
Thanatos, you know what to do.
Yeah. 1 sec. I'm looking at something.
You doing thunder again?
Debating.
Lightning with the thunder,
It has a weak.
It does have a weakness to look. Yeah, I'm just gonna fucking throw another lightning bolt at it.
All right.
What the fuck am I now, Zeus?
You are Zeus.
I mean,
Odd, considering
Thanatos.
my username is Hades.
and your character name is Thanatos. You were just all over the place with gods. All right. Oh, go ahead and roll that damage then. 41.
Hades managed to conquer Olympus, and now he's the new Zeus.
All right, 73 damage to this sucker. So you blast it again. And it's snarling and spitting, and it's it's starting to get more open sores as the electricity is wreaking havoc on its body, like big ulcers are emerging on its skin and then popping open, and so it's looking like it's like streamers and confetti are starting to pop out of all over its body, except instead of confetti and streamers, it's blood. Just very gross. Next, that was Thanatos. Alistair, Neothil, and Rocket, you still have actions.
Which I'm thinking. Is there a possibility if I give him a potion, would he be able to drink it or not?
You mean
The-
Thanatos?
Yeah, I want to give him an MP potion.
You mean an ether?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do that. If it's a regular ether, it'll give back 1/5. It'll give back 20% of his maximum MP, 1/5, so 6.
Okay, take away one of my
Remember,
ethers.
I missed.
What was that?
There you go.
Tom?
Also, I went. Remember, I.
Oh, right. Okay. Then, so that is 6 MP back to Thanatos.
You're gonna need it, buddy. Here you go.
All right. And Rocket, there's not any direct action you can take. Would you like to guard?
Yep.
All right. So
Who would you like to guard?
that means that she takes 50% less melee damage for her next turn, or until her next turn
Okay.
starts.
That
So,
would be wise, because that thing really hates her.
indeed. So, this Amber Ahriman is going to sort of shake itself a bit and get kind of pissed. It's looking kind of fucked up, guys. And let's see here. It is going to fly, rise up in altitude, and stop right in front of Neothil.
Oh, shit. Look out, Neophil.
And
Hello, weird, creepy Amber Birdie.
and it is going to try to bite you. So,
Ugly motherfucker.
so that is a 13
Oh,
hit.
no. That was so close to a crit. Ah,
All right.
didn't like that.
Can't Alice here cover again?
He's
Or no,
already-
she's
he's
up
already
in front.
I
covered.
can't.
He's
She's
already-
on high ground. I'm on the low ground.
And he's already covering you, Thanatos, so.
Yep. I can only cover one person at a time. Sorry.
So, that, I'm pretty sure hits.
What's the? I can take a hit better than he can.
So that
Well, I can't
is
just be on the top there.
Right, so that is 31 damage minus your armor.
It's a bird's nest to be crowded.
Tom, can I stab it in the?
No, it's not your turn.
No.
I still got another.
but what was your armor again, so I can subtract the damage from you?
My armor.
Is what you cut out again?
You cut out,
8.
mate.
Okay,
8.
Alright.
so that is 23 damage then.
We are very sorry for the technical difficulties. We are not in fault.
So it kind of its tongue like reaches out like a fucking whip, wraps around your waist, yanks you in, and it bites down on your shoulder.
Ouch.
And then it kind of pulls back, lets you go from its tongue, and you kind of find yourself teetering right on the edge of that crow's nest. Like you catch yourself on the rail about to topple over, like. "Ugh."
That's 23 damage. Damn.
So back to you, back to the party.
You need
How
healing.
can I
Lee?
stab it?
Yeah.
What I initially meant after its turn. Stab it.
Yeah, now you can
Go.
stab it.
Nice, you. That hits.
That definitely hits. Roll damage.
And I fuck it is in close range. 2d6. 17.
All right. Right. So, after it sort of drops you there, you quickly correct yourself, reach out to the wrist that's holding your crossbow, and quickly draw out your dagger in a quick horizontal strike, and draws a thin cut across its upper lip and sends out a little spray of blood. And it sort of flies back.
When we get to the sea, I'm going to buy a T2 dagger, I think.
All right.
Very well.
All right.
Shall I?
Yep. Go right ahead, mate. Let the power flow through you.
Thunder.
Thunder.
Bring on the
Lightning
thunder!
with the thunder.
Okay. So, I don't even need to do the math here.
Because it's basically just dead.
It's at 34 hit points. And even with its 9 magic armor, it's still double damage because of its weakness to thunder. So
It did.
go ahead and tell me how you would like it to die.
Make it
I-
brutal.
Oh, let's see here. I would like the bolt to go straight into its eye and just cause it to implode.
Oh.
Epic proportions.
All right, so you fire off the shot. It hits it right in its reptilian slit pupil, darts inside, and you watch as like its iris starts to like the little lines and unevenness, the sort of ruggedness of the little lines that come out of start to flash and glow. The electrical energy starts crackling all along the inside of its body. You can clearly see its skeleton now, and a lot of its internal organs as they start to shrivel up and burn to a crisp. Smoke rises from its body, and with a final terrible... it just explodes in a massive, gory mess of pumpkin seed colored shit flying all over the place, and smoke and charred blackened organs and a horrible stench that you could not describe, but I will try as sounding vaguely like if you killed a skunk, dipped it in hot sauce, and then left it in the desert for a week.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Use force lightning.
Luckily, the stench does not last long, and after a moment, the residual guck and goop that splattered all over the place faintly glows and shatters like the imps did. And the Ahriman is gone.
Good night, ugly fucker.
And I'm